Hello, and welcome to What the Bleep Are You Watching? A podcast where we watch something and tell you why the bleep we watched it. I am Scaredy Cat Sean, this is Terror Thomas, and Musical Mason. And we watched...
I may be lazy, I may be fat, I don't do laps, and I do not chat. I may be selfish, yeah, and all of that, but the one thing I'm not is a scaredy cat. The one thing he's not is a scaredy cat.
Garfield's Halloween Adventure.
Oh god, that cat is so large. I'm so scared. This is the scariest thing we've watched so far. No, I'm kidding.
Unironically, kind of is, but...
A little bit.
I mean...
but the bar was not high for scary. It was those eyes in Wishbone and that pumpkin that didn't smile.
Yeah.
And if you find ragdolls creepy.
Yeah.
And or tax evasion creepy. Call back to the last episode.
Or if you... I guess if you're like 5, the Headless Horseman and Wishbone could be creepy.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway, Garfield.
A little bit later, this is 1985's Garfield Halloween Adventure. It is the 4th of the 12 Garfield Specials. Because from, 81 or 82 to 91, they were just spitting out Garfield Specials.
They just made, like, bunches and bundles and bundles and bunches of these things.
And CBS, notice that CBS is consistently the one that always does, specials, loved to package this back-to-back with Great Pumpkin. Mm-hmm. And they would do that for the better part of a decade.
I can see that.
85 to, I think, 99, I think is what they did. As they would play Garfield Christmas and the Great Pumpkin. Or Garfield Halloween and the Great Pumpkin.
Man, it gets earlier every year.
It gets earlier every year.
Now it's on Halloween. Damn it.
But... this is a special that I remember watching on CBS. So I probably, 98, 9, I probably watched in the CBS lineup of Halloween stuff. That's where I saw this special way back when I was a kid. And this is the first time I watched it since that. So
I had never seen this before.
Well, because you hadn't seen any of the Garfield specials until we watched Babes and Bullets, right?
Yeah, I think that's
yeah, so.
True. I had seen some Garfield.
Yeah.
Like, I watched the Garfield show. That's my No, I mean, I did, but that's not the only Garfield I've seen.
Like, I watched the Thanksgiving special, I remember, but I don't remember anything.
I think I may have seen the Thanksgiving special, maybe.
I said, the Garfield specials are weird, man. They're just weird. Even when they're good, they're weird, man.
Yeah.
I think some of that comes down to, unlike Schultz with Peanuts, Jim Davis never really has a ton of purpose behind his Garfield. He just kind of wings it.
Jim Davis doesn't really have a vision for Garfield is the thing. Like, Schultz has a vision for, Peanuts. Mm-hmm. But Davis just kind of like, he a fat cat.
Yep.
Baller, baby.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna roll in Dover the rest of my life.
And that's how you get you get not just holiday specials, but you get Babes and Bullets, which we all really enjoyed. You get weird ones where, about John's dating life. You get strange ones where they go to semi-racist areas. And Garfield specials are weird. And even when it's good. This one is on the good side of Garfield specials.
Yeah.
We'll say that, like, from the end. This is a fun special. I don't think it doesn't have quite the heart of the Christmas special, and I don't think it has quite the, like, thematic love that Babes and Bullets have, but I do think it is on the upper side of Garfield.
Because Babes and Bullets was like an unironically brilliant send-up to old-fashioned noir. Mm-hmm. It just happened to be starring Garfield.
Yeah, it's one of those rare things where it's like, oh, Jim Davis cooked for once.
Yeah.
It's
wild.
Whereas this is like, it's cute.
It's cute.
It's
a Halloween special. It is very much in that feeling, and it did well and was received well because of that's what it was. It did exactly what it was meant to do. It it played to its audience, and CBS kept it in their lineup for 14 years.
God damn.
That is pretty crazy.
And, there also was an illustrated book adaptation, as with a lot of these.
Yeah, I was going to say
some of them are adapted from a book, some of them were adapted into a book. This is one that was adapted into a book afterwards, so.
Okay. I keep thinking that, like with this and the Raggedy Ann and Andy one that we watched, I was like, I keep thinking, I'm like, do I prefer these over the Great Pumpkin, or is it just because I've seen the Great Pumpkin so many times now that anything that's different from, I'm like, oh, this is different. I'm not really
like,
sure.
oh, the monotony's broken.
Well, some of that is also, like, the just massive amount of Christmas specials that exist.
Yeah.
And again, I will say, I said in the last episode I talked about that I am not bemoaning Christmas specials. I like Christmas specials.
I've seen your secret Hallmark collection. I know it exists.
I do like to watch Hallmark movies. Anyway, not important right now. Not important about my weird fantasies.
Fantasies?
I may have let something else slip. But
I want to fall in love. And around Christmas time on a train. It's what I desire in life, motherfucker.
I mean, who doesn't desire that? Anyway, but Halloween specials, there just aren't as many. There are more than, say, like Valentine specials half the time, but there aren't as many. Christmas is the one that had just,
well, because Christmas,
tons and tons.
If we're being honest, everybody wants to make the next best Christmas special. Everybody wants to make the next best Christmas movie because Christmas is the holiday with the meaning behind it. It's both the religious meaning with the birth of Jeebus, and it's just the basic meaning of be good to your fellow man.
Yeah.
So everybody wants to make the next Christmas special. Halloween, the meaning of Halloween is that shit rules.
Yeah.
It's like, I like candy and I like skeletons. Let's fucking go.
And we've now on, previous years when we did Great Pumpkin, and now with Raggedy Ann and then this, we've kind of hit 3 of the, like, different types of specials you can have.
Yeah.
Doing something in it with some meaning, but, meant for kids. Doing something that's very deep in the Great Pumpkin, and then this.
Which is...
Do you like trick-or-treating and ghosts and music? We gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah. That's pretty much that. Yeah, that's
it. It's again one of those things where with Halloween, people I don't think really see a lot of meaning behind it. I think there can be a lot of meaning
I think there
behind
absolutely
it.
can.
But even then, the Great Pumpkin, despite there being a lot of meaning behind it, the meaning is more about religion than anything else.
It's way more about Schultz's complaints with evangelicalism.
Which is so funny. If you've never heard that episode, you're just going to hear that and be like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Which I said, we had our Great Pumpkin episode, which... all of us love the Great Pumpkin. All of us love peanuts. Peanuts are that's one of our like passions as well that all of us share. Is peanuts, but like that one being completely about a lot about Schultz deconstructing some of his evangelical dislike while being very involved in the church is very interesting.
And then meanwhile, this one is
Jim Davis does a Halloween.
This is you like pirate shit.
Garfield does a funny Halloween edition.
Well, yeah, it is. It takes from some of the Garfield and Friends ideas that we have and that exist.
Which I think Garfield and Friends is pretty peak Garfield.
I think it is probably best Garfield, at least in my mind, even if it is sometimes absolutely on crack and not always in the best way. But that's Garfield in general.
What do you mean the Garfield show is right there, man?
Mason, I hate to break this to you. Nobody cares about the Garfield show.
What?
Sit down.
What do you mean? I'm just in my Garfield show shirt, holding a copy of Garf Cart. What do you mean?
Sit down, son.
What?
We have been lying to you this whole time.
What?
Wait, we have?
There is no such thing as the Garfield show.
What?
I've been sock puppeting and recording on VHSs for you.
What? Does that mean Netflix isn't real?
Oh, fuck, if that's the case, who the hell have I been giving my money to? This is bullshit.
Look, we've been Truman showing Mason.
Shut up, you've been stealing my fucking money?
It's all for Truman showing Mason.
Yeah,
which also Truman Show is a Truman Show for Mason.
You could have told me, you son of a bitch. broke my ass. You've been taking my fucking money for years.
I take lots of people's money.
The way
It's okay.
Truman Show worked is that everyone was in on it.
Oh.
Anyways.
It's not just me doing it all. Oh.
Damn it.
Garfield!
Anyway.
See, Garfield does the Truman Show. Saturday morning at 8:15.
Honestly, wouldn't surprise me knowing how Garfield works.
I would watch that.
I know you would.
Isn't that just those Looney Tunes episodes where the animator fucks with him? Isn't that what that is?
So Garfield does duck amuck, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Alright, let's jump into the plot of this Halloween before we just tangent and bit off into
the sun.
oblivion. Truman Show Mason for the rest of this podcast.
Garfield gets woken up by Binky the Clown.
And guys, Binky the Clown is the worst.
He's so...
He is the worst.
I asked him while we were watching it, who greenlit Binky the Clown?
It's possible that some of my deep ingrained hatred for clowns started as a kid watching Binky the Clown on Garfield show. Garfield and Friends.
Because I think Binky is supposed to be something Garfield hates. Too.
Yeah,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
He's meant to be kind of terrible. He's meant to, it's basically
Wait, are you telling me Binky's a recurring character?
Yeah.
it's the show that he watched. It's on all the time.
Well, I was gonna say it's a show that's on all the time, and Garfield just hates it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I've seen a bit of Garfield and Friends. I don't remember that.
Well,
It's the first episode.
Oh.
I mean, to be fair, I doubt you watched it in order.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Garfield and Friends was like, what if we add tons of different characters? Tons and tons of different characters.
Yep.
Which
Because that's what Garfield was missing. Lore.
Binky is responsible for one of my favorite lines that Garfield ever has, where they're trying to surprise Garfield for his birthday party. Again, this is the first episode. And Binky shows up and starts dancing and singing happy birthday at his door. Garfield slams the door in his face because it woke him up from his nap, and he says, and I quote, "People who do that need to be drug out into the street and shot."
Jesus.
Yep, that sounds like something Jim Davis would write.
Holy shit.
So Binky the Clown wants him to do jumping jacks. And says if you don't do jumping jacks, you're worthless.
That caught me off guard hard.
There are a lot of moments in this early moment where Mason's like, what?
The show is horrible for kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the point. It's supposed to be a parody.
I was going to
of
say,
kids' shows.
it's a parody, so I don't actually care, but just thinking in universe, I'm like, the show is horrible for children.
It's in a lot of ways what Krusty the Clown is in The Simpsons,
Yeah.
but this is in a kid's show.
Yeah, so arguably even more intense.
Yeah.
Wait,
Chris-
The Simpsons isn't a kid's show?
Sit down.
Anyways.
I'm not going on a bit.
Mason's revelations.
I'm not going on a bit again. we're too soon after the last one.
And Garfield's like, turn it off. And as he's turning it off, Binky's like, tonight you get candy. He turns it off. Wait, how do I get candy?
I want to know how to get candy.
If he flicks it back. Turns out tonight is All Hallows Eve.
It's Halloween. Oh, yeah, candy day.
Candy.
And that opens up to our musical number where he talks about this is the night.
Yep. The musical number, very obviously not sung by Lorenzo Music.
Yeah. It's
Wait a second. No, I'm not doing it. I can't keep doing this.
The
can't-
bit's dead!
what if I
keep-
revived it?
I can't keep punching this dead horse. Anyways.
And then we start the special. He gets up again, and it's Halloween.
Because he's a cat, so of course he went right back to fucking sleep.
And he says, Halloween's the best because you get candy. You don't have to deal with pine needles in your paws or relatives.
Two very similar plights.
Yep.
Relatives are just the human thorn in your paw.
So it's like, alright, time to get some candy. And he goes down, John's carving a pumpkin.
Because he's under his blanket and he scares John. John throws the pumpkin in the air and it lands on John's head.
Very funny.
Jokes!
That really got... Because it does, like, how do you not notice him? He's so there.
John is what do we say? Oblivious?
Stupid.
John is
Terrible at dating women.
Why does John have to catch strays? Like,
Well, I mean, he does it everyone. There's a literal special where John finally meets the perfect woman, but she hates cats. And he has to choose between Garfield and the one chance he has at love. He chose Garfield.
Jesus.
Garfield's like, good. That's
Good.
right, John.
I'm gonna ruin your life forever.
Boy, we're off the rails on this one. I'm totally... Okay.
We get to Odie. We basically... do we get another musical number?
No, not quite yet. John, afterwards, he gets mad at Garfield, and then he says, I can't stay angry at you. And Garfield says, that's because I'm a cat. And then the funniest line in the movie, in the entire special. Halloween is my middle name. Garf Halloween
Field.
Gar Halloween Field.
He says it in a way that, like, he's like, I've got this zinger, and then halfway through he's like, oh shit, this isn't funny.
I do love that. That's probably Lorenzo's music best delivery, where he just realizes, oh, this isn't funny, like halfway through.
Halloween's my middle name. Gar Halloween Field. It's like how I say half of my bits.
And then John is like, Garfield, I made you breakfast. And then it's like, here is the most gourmet breakfast ever. Not for a cat, for a human.
Yeah.
It's got a nice little,
It's
cinnamon type roll. It's got bacon. It's got a croissant, apples, coffee.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
And
the whole shebang.
Garfield's like, no, I'll save room for candy. Except that sweet roll. And that bacon. And that croissant. Fuck it.
I'll just
I'm
take
gonna eat it all.
everything. Yeah, fine.
And then he runs into Odie and he's like, you're stupid.
It's like, why would you trick or treat with me? That would just mean 2 bags to carry on. Oh.
Ding!
Hey, Odie, would you like to go get candy? And if you help me, like a good friend, like here's the thing, if you're a good friend and you help me fill up 2 bags of candy, you'll get 1 piece of candy.
Odie's like, yeah!
Brilliant.
Hell yeah, dude!
Because Odie's an idiot.
Oh yeah, Odie's an idiot, but he's a sweet, lovable idiot, and he loves Garfield.
Because he's a dog. That's
Yeah, that's the whole bit. They go costume searching, and John doesn't throw a goddamn thing away. Hey, my great aunt's teeth? Cool, keeping that.
this fucking attic is like just filled to the brim with shit.
Just
like,
so much stuff.
Like there, John, you would probably, John, one of your problems would probably be over if you just searched that attic. You might find like, oh, my grandmother's teeth had the diamond of Albobu in it.
Oh my goodness, that woman I took on a date I accidentally trapped in my attic for 10 years.
God.
Jesus.
I found love.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, I found love. Her corpse isn't warm anymore.
I didn't realize.
I found first degree murder.
I didn't realize John Arbuckle was a psychopath.
I mean, he is.
I didn't realize it.
Oh well, you need to get into the Garf fandom, and you'll find much. This is where the musical numbers I think are pretty good in this. Let's just. They're not amazing. Like none of the numbers are like, oh my gosh, like that's great, but none of them are bad. I feel like.
I'm a little harsher on them to you.
That's fair.
But I'm not. I don't think any of them are awful like you. I don't think any of them are bad. I would be surprised if I remember.
Oh no, yeah, they're not like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go out and listen to a bunch. But they're all like, okay, that's a solid little tune. Like,
Yeah,
it's a solid little thing.
it's a
None
solid
of them
little-
are very lengthy, honestly. Which again, it's a special. It makes
Yeah,
sense, but like
it's
they're all, 45 seconds to a minute long.
They're fun little ditties.
Little ditties, which that's fine. The "What Should I Be" is the musical number here, as Garfield goes through all the options.
That one's pretty fun.
That's I think that or Scaredy Cat is the best of the two. The best of the group.
I
I think.
I agree.
But they're solid. They're definitely solid. And then Garfield decides, I know what we're gonna be.
Pirates.
Pirates. They go out to John. Arr.
I'm Orangebeard.
And this is my first mate, Odie the Stupid.
And Odie comes out on
With
4 peg
four
legs.
peg legs.
And look, as a kid, this was the funniest thing ever. Arr, you be having a few too many peg legs there.
He just knocks all of them off.
It's
You couldn't have kept one?
Well, you saw like Odie. It didn't fit on Odie's legs. Like he would have been like one leg all the way up here.
You could have given him a pegtail.
I kind of would have liked that actually. And they're gonna go trick or treating because kids just like us are gonna go trick or treating. Kids,
They're
just like us.
animals.
Wait,
Kids.
it's another thing where it's like John goes back and forth between treating them like pets and treating them like his kids.
It depends on what the special needs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't...
What the episode needs.
I don't care exactly. It's just one of those things where it's like, it's kind of weird, but also I don't care because even though they are animals, it's clear Odie and especially Garfield have like more sentience.
Yeah, it's also one of those that it's clear that John can hear Garfield in this special.
Yeah.
Like, it's not... No, they're not... Like, John hears Garfield in this special. Which is, the back and forth, whether a lot of them is Garfield actually talking to it, or is it just his thoughts?
Is it just his thoughts?
And John responding to more the cat body language like we do when cats meow, than actual,
Mm-hmm.
But he responds directly to things. And I'm like, yeah, this is one where it's like, that's his kid. John, you're a sad, sad man.
That is your cat-shaped kid.
Who's going out to get bags of candy. This is where they go through. Odie gets scared of, I think it's like a kid in like a skeleton outfit. The first thing.
I think something like that.
Something like that. Comes very scared, and he's like, it's just a mask. And this is where we get the Scaredy Cat musical number, which is fun. It's goofy. It's nothing super memorable, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's got like a nice. It's a bit like one of our bits. It was funny at first, and then they kept
at it. Yeah,
kept going.
Yeah.
Like I wish that all of them had been kids until the last one, but it's like the first one's actually a kid, and then everything after that is like a monster potentially.
Yeah, especially because like they repeat. It's not the exact same gag, but
The ghost.
It's like they lift him up once, and there's like Bigfoot feet underneath.
Uh-huh.
Then then they go to a goblin. They pull the goblin mask off, and there's an actual goblin face under it. Then it's another sheet ghost, and this time the gag is they lift it up, and there's nothing underneath.
It's
like, it's cute, but I think it would have been funnier if... Okay, there's 2 specials in a row where we're critiquing a joke. I think what would have been funny is if Odie was the one running around all of them getting scared while Garfield was, like, just kind of nonchalant about it. Again, they're all kids, they're all normal, whatever. Then the last one, like you said, is like, he pulls it off and it's just like, this would not happen. But I would be like this photorealistic ass skeleton or something like that.
Like things like that on there that was like creepy or scary. Or even like the ghost bit, like you lift it up, like you
you lift it up and there's nothing there.
There's absolutely nothing there. The sheet falls down and just lays flat, and you're like.
And that would be the bit where they all scream, because that would be funny.
But what you're saying, that a Garfield special didn't fully hit the joke? I, for
What?
one, am shocked.
No way. By the way, what color is the sky again?
I think the only one that fully hits the jokes is Babes and Bullets.
Babes and Bullets, I think, hits the jokes almost 100% of the time. Like that, it nails it. Even if some of the jokes are like, "Oh wow, this is a kids show."
Even if some of the jokes is Garfield's fucking.
That lady wants to be with that cat.
Hey, the lady in the wishbone wanted to be with that dog. You saying
We watch weird things, don't we?
I was gonna say we did watch it. Those were both your suggestions. You got something to tell us, bud?
You're the closeted furry. I'm not. I got very defensive there. Uh-oh.
Sounds like someone's projecting.
It happens.
Point a finger. There's 4 points.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
Sean, you're pointing to a mirror. What is? They.
No, it's fine.
We have the best.
We know Sean's the closeted scaly.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I love me some dragons and some dinos. We get the best trick or treating. Like, look, the best thing is I Got a Rock from Great Pumpkin. That's the best trick or treating moment of all time. This might be right up there, though. It's almost as funny. Is they knock on the door and Garfield just goes, "Give me."
that fucked me up. Because he's building it up like you need to really smooth talk him. You gotta, have the proper technique. And as soon as this lady opens the door, he just says, "Gimme."
Gimme. And just back
and
out.
that fucked me up.
And she gives her a little bit less candy. He threatens her drapes. She gives more candy. They go about and get lots of candy. They fill up 2 bags.
Is that what they do? Do you think the whole time they're just threatening these people with...
I mean, it's a cat, so...
Do cats threaten?
Almost exclusively.
Oh. Do they threaten for candy like this, though?
Probably not.
I was going to say.
Well, I mean, depending on what you classify their treats as.
Yeah,
So like, you're telling me now one of these people in this neighborhood were like, "This is a weird ass cat."
I like to imagine that was like the last guy. Like, the last guy's the only one who didn't understand Garfield, so he's like, whatever.
Yeah, I beg the question there. Do these people, these humans, do they think they are a cat and a dog that just, are walking around, or do they think they're kids in a cat and a dog suit in a pirate suit?
They're like, man, these kids are trying way too hard.
Who knows? Again, questions in the Garfield universe are kind of like questions in the Cars universe. There really isn't an answer. They don't always make sense.
Yeah.
But Garfield is like, we do have 2 full bags, but there are lights across that river, and we could get more. Am I being too greedy? Nah. They go across
Straight
the
up
boat.
just goes.
Nah.
They get into a boat that's just there. Mm-hmm. And they
Carolyn. The boat is named Carolyn.
The boat is named Carolyn, which I swear is a Thomas the Tank Engine character.
Probably.
I think it's a car, but...
I was really hoping it was a boat.
That would have been funny.
Well,
is there one in Tugs?
Is there one?
No, I don't think there's a woman in Tugs. I'm being real.
What?
I straight up, I don't think there's a female character in
You
Tugs.
might be right.
But anyway, they're rowing down, and Garfield's saying all this pirate gibberish.
Yep, as he does.
Which is like, hoist the mainsails, band the hatches, jibber to jabber, or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever.
Then we get my second favorite line, where it's like, I forget what exactly he says, but it's something like, hoist the oars. And Odie does that. He just hoists the oars out of the boat.
He just tosses them.
And he looks back and he sees them floating away. And he goes, I'd make him walk the plank if we had one.
Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't just shove him in the water after that.
At this point, he needs Odie for more candy.
Oh, that's
He's weighing his need for candy against,
his need for Odie.
his need for murder. Candy won out here.
Yeah, fair enough.
As it does many times.
Yeah.
The water pulls them away.
Between-
They never get actually across the river. They just keep going.
Between Raggedy Andy and Garfield, what's their last 2 specials being about cute characters who commit crimes?
Look, Garfield thinks he's going to commit a lot of crimes, but most of the time he's not. Andy will commit crimes.
Andy's committed crimes. Andy's done some shit.
Garfield thinks he's the tough guy. Andy actually is the tough guy.
That's
I like that this implies that a ragdoll's beating a cat in a fist fight.
I would.
While Odie and Ann just watch.
Anne would be horrified. Odie just wouldn't know what the fuck's going on.
Honestly, Odie and Ann would bond.
Yeah, they would.
100%. Pure souls.
Annie would
just
bond
one has
with,
no brains.
Annie would bond with Odie, and then Odie would just be like, "Ooh, friend."
One has no brains. And it's the one that has the brain versus the doll.
You're right.
Oh, goodness gracious. They get across. They end up floating to this scary-looking island, and there's this scary-looking house, and they're like, well, let's go up to it.
With a lightning bolt, and Garfield looks at the camera, nice touch. That's a good joke.
It is. There's a lot of winks at the camera for things.
I was going to say, the special isn't anything great, but the few jokes, I'm like, okay, that is good.
Yeah. I think the special gets environment and gets the look of things more than sometimes the actual story.
Yeah.
There's a good feeling throughout a lot of it versus, actually telling much of a story to this. But hey, nothing like a special getting to the meat of the story with like 6 minutes to go.
I was going to say, like 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
They get to this spooky house and they go in and they're like, let's warm ourselves by the fire. Oh, that's a creepy old man in a chair.
Like this creepy old, who is really creepy for some reason.
And weirdly animated.
Yeah, it looks like he's animated like a Zelda CDI character.
Yeah.
He's animated like a character in like a video game that's like talking to you.
Yeah, I kind of actually like that. He's supposed to be very unsettling, so it makes sense that he's in a different animation style. I actually do kind of dig that choice.
I dig it too, yeah.
I'll tell you one of this, and I agree with it. It gets a little undercut when because when you think he disappears, I'm like, oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, when he just shows up at the end.
Yeah, a couple. Well, it also just takes the boat, and you're like, that's lame. But he tells basically Garfield and Odie sure, as you do, you talk to a cat and a dog that just randomly into your house. Pirates are coming. 100 years ago, they promised that they would come back for their gold.
Another good. Sorry.
Another good. Oh yeah, this joke is good.
Where it's like it's a story hundreds of years in the making, 100 years ago. So it's like, you fucking liar.
These pirates buried their gold. They made a pact in blood that they would come back even if they were dead to get their treasure. Exactly 100 years later on Halloween at midnight. Which means it was technically not Halloween, it's technically November 1st, but we're not going to worry about technicalities.
Well, it's very weird comparison. It's like Emesis Blue, where it's like, on Halloween night, this event happened. No, it was midnight, so technically it's November 1st.
Yeah, technically it's November 1st. So maybe they were trick-or-treating on October 30th, Maybe this is one of those weird towns that's like, we're going to do Halloween. It's like Saturday. We have church on Sunday, so we're doing Halloween on Saturday in this town.
Why didn't they just make a blood pact to, get back in their bodies?
Because they need to come back for treasure.
That's what I would do.
And they turn around, the chair is empty.
Because, shut up.
Mason?
Yes?
So they turn around, the chair is empty, and then they see that the boat is gone, and they're like, oh, and then, the clock starts going off.
The clock starts chiming.
Mason, I have a very important question for you. Do you need electricity to run a grandfather clock?
We don't have to do this. We don't have to do this. Come on.
We don't have to do this.
Come on.
Let the reckoning pass.
Come on. Can I just say one stupid thing and let it slide for once?
Oh, the amount of things we let slide for all of us. But when it's something where
Okay, so behind the scenes, look. Garfield and Odie are trying to stop the clock, and Mason just goes, just unplug it. Both me and Sean slowly turn to him.
And I'm like, you gotta be joking. You're just making a joke. This is a joke.
I just straight up
okay.
I just straight up said, Mason, tell me you don't think you need electricity to run a grandfather clock. And Mason's silent for 10 seconds. And it's definitely
him going, I think they maybe don't use electricity.
Do they not?
No.
They just move on their own?
Yes.
Oh.
Have you ever seen a watch?
Yes.
Does a watch...
They have watch batteries. So the clock had batteries.
The clock runs off gears. The clock runs off gears.
So
it's a gear mechanism. It's like a lever pulley thing.
Okay.
Have you seen really old watches?
Okay, yeah, all right. Okay.
It's not fucking digital.
Mason's like, yeah, an Apple Watch. I charge that all the time.
No, a grandfather clock runs off gears. It's like a lever pulley system inside it. It's constantly moving.
Constantly.
Okay.
It's very cool. Legitimately, it's one of the cooler things ever.
That's why whenever you need to wind it, you need to make sure that it's you wind it to a specific time, because otherwise it'll keep running.
Yeah.
My great grandparents' house, they had a grandfather clock. I just assumed it was plugged into something.
This episode was not intended to be a roast Mason episode.
Here
we are.
You make it too easy sometimes, brother.
Fair enough.
In this episode, I talked about my fantasy for Hallmark movies, and it's still easier to roast you.
Damn it.
Hallmark movies and The Closeted Furry, and it's somehow easier to roast you. Dude, you gotta up your fucking game.
I have been just making flubs and mistakes this whole episode, and it's still...
It's the meme of the guy slowly putting clown makeup on himself.
Mason's mistakes aside... This is why you come to the special. Is this scene? This is for the special.
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
The pirate ghosts come out, and for Garfield, they look kind of badass.
They do. There is a minimalist design of just very simple white lines with a little bit of black around them, with a little bit of silver and gray, a little bit in it, and they are creepy. They just kind of float. There's an element of you don't even know how real they are until they're right up on you.
It looks, I brought it up, it looks almost like the spirits in the Fantasia Night on Bald Mountain.
Yes.
Only they're all white.
It's
Yeah.
so cool. It's less cool when they're chasing them away, and it's kind of like the three blob look to it.
Yeah,
They're
but when they show up and it's just these skeletal figures,
and like the lightning strikes, and the boat just appears, and then this glow in the water, and a hand comes up, and they float out. It is like there is a world where this is kind of that creepiness that Zombie Island created for Scooby-Doo that we hadn't seen truly in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
That we actually see that spawns actual other Garfield stuff. Instead, it's just one little fun random thing.
both of these were did with pirate ghosts. I'm
Yeah.
realizing. Huh.
Yeah.
There you go.
Pirate ghosts and Halloween go off in a lot.
Yeah, well, pirate ghosts in general is like one of those things that like
That and Confederate War General ghosts.
It's kind of a classic.
Yeah.
Ghost setup. Like, oh, the treasure's cursed, so these pirates are gonna come back and fuck people up. Like it's kind of a traditional Halloween.
Garfield's like, Odie, we need to find a place to hide. Odie puts his head in the flower pot.
If they can't see me, I can't. If I can see them, they can't see me.
Definitely off.
If I can't see me,
Which I love that Garfield breaks his freak out for like 1 second to be like,
not
come on.
there.
So they
You
hide in a little
idiot.
cabinet thing, and they watch the ghosts come in and pull the treasure up.
And honestly, like the cut of the, like they're in the cabinet and the light coming through. That looked neat.
Lighting in this entire special is good.
Absolutely.
Like they
Yeah.
use lighting a couple times. Like even back when they enter into John's attic, it's got like this weird dark look where Garfield is red and Odie is black as they enter in. It's a really cool like look
Yeah,
to it.
this special has that Halloween vibe because it really captures shadows. Well.
Yes,
You know,
very much.
It captures shadows like really well.
One of the things about Garfield specials that is very interesting is all of them have kind of meh animation. There are times if you freeze frame, Garfield looks crazy weird because of just the way things like that. But they make up with it with really great colors, really great shadow use, lighting, all those sort of things across everything. They make it all look a lot better and a lot more vibrant than like normally this sort of animation probably would look.
Yeah.
The ghosts are happy with their treasure. We should be fine. Odie has a case of the sneezes.
The sniffles.
Damn it, dog.
It is very funny.
Why
It
did
just
I
like
bring you
opens up
here?
and they're both smiling and they just like each
And they
close
both-
one side of the door.
Yeah.
And like I said, if it wasn't for that sneeze, I could have passed stuff as, we're statues. So that's kind of what they
Ghosts
look
come in, scare them, and they run away. There is when they made a book version of this, when it made a book version, there is a different ending. Garfield steals a ring here, and at the end he comes away with pirate treasure.
like. Oh.
That is in the book version,
Huh.
which I actually like a little bit better than what we see here. I like Garfield taking away it's the possibility that makes the ending of the TV a little bit like you took the treasure,
Right.
which we'll get to the ending here in a second. But
Right.
then we have the whole action of them deciding to swim. Garfield is like, well, we got to swim for it.
Ah, shit, I can't swim.
No.
I may have miscalculated. They find their way to the bank. Odie rescues Garfield. They get back. They start walking and like, hey, that boat. Hey, our candy.
Yay! Where'd that old man go? Anyway.
And then they get back home. And Garfield does the nice thing and gives Odie half.
Yep. I like how he says, because you saved my life like a zillion times tonight. One. You saved your life once, Garfield.
And he nearly killed you another time.
Yeah.
So, in all reality, he should be like, it balances out, I'm taking it all. But, like, no. Garfield, one of the things that's interesting about Garfield is Sean made a joke earlier, but Garfield kind of wants to give the image that he's this heartless dick, but in reality, he's a big sweetheart.
Well, anytime you look at anytime in the comics or I think even one of the specials, and maybe even in some of the episodes, and he gives, I can't remember, is it Nermal that's the little cat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Normal's the little cat. He gives Nermal away. And then he starts feeling guilty. He has to go find it and bring it back. He does that several times, different things. I think there's one where he gets rid of Odie and he feels guilty. Garfield has a conscience. Garfield has a little cricket on his shoulder.
Yeah, there's a whole special, I think, where Odie's, like, going to be put down or whatever. And Garfield, like, straight up just stays with him the whole night before he dies.
Holy shit.
Now,
Yeah.
he obviously survives. There's obviously a happy ending. But it's one of those things that's, like, surprisingly powerful for Garfield.
Well,
we tried to
even
put
the
it
Christmas
down.
special has a whole big thing of Odie making Garfield the perfect Christmas present. He makes him a back scratcher.
Yeah. So.
Well, we tried to put him down, but then we realized he's a cartoon. He's just gonna come back. You can take him.
Garfield then lays down, and he's like, I'm not really tired. I'm going to see what's on TV. The old man, who happens to be wearing his pirate hat, it's now time for an all-night pirate movie festival. Actually, I'm sleepy.
See, if I would have been Garfield, I would have been like, that motherfucker took my hat!
Again, you're expecting Jim Davis and Garfield Specials to make the right joke. Very rarely do they make the right joke.
I'm asking a lot out of him, you're right.
See, I don't even know if that was the right.
Not necessarily.
It's more like. Here's okay. Once again, Thomas critiquing a 40-year-old special about what to do
This
with
year, it's about to turn 40.
About what to do with a joke. What I would do is I would have Garfield changing the channel. He sees that and he's like, actually, I'm sleepy. Turns it off, and then as it's closing, he's like, hey, wait a minute, that was my hat, and that's where the special ends.
I agree. Actually, the way I would have done the joke is the same sort of thing. He lays down, and he's laying, goes, I liked that hat.
This has been Thomas Critiques a Joke from a 40-year-old special. Tune in next time to hear Thomas say...
I didn't have a script.
This is how a grandfather clock works.
Damn it.
This special is goofy. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's silly. And I think that's probably why this has been kind of an unhinged, goofy episode. Because this special, it doesn't... it is a good Halloween special while also having absolutely nothing to say.
Yeah,
if we had to scrape to find something to say out of Raggedy Ann and Andy... we scraped and it's like, what the fuck, there's nothing here.
Yeah, at least there's some bare bonesness, and I think that's part of that is the difference between Chuck Jones making something
and
versus Jim Davis writing and creating something.
Yeah, and again, I don't want to diss Jim Davis.
Not necessarily. Again, we have now done 2 Garfield specials, and one of them we really love.
And it's just one of those things where it's funny to look at and be like, huh. Okay.
It's just that, Jim Davis consistently, and I think consistently you can say with Garfield is almost always, it's not, a lot of times you're like, it's not awful, it's not bad, it's fine, whatever it is, but there's more potential in this.
Aside from the live action movies, I guess, but even then I don't have a passionate, burning hatred for them.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Garfield thing that I hate. Mm-hmm. But I've never seen one that I'm like, that is one of my favorite things ever, except, again, Babes and Bullets.
Yeah. There's the rare, and again, I think the Christmas special is right up there with Babes and Bullets.
Fair.
Christmas special might even be better. Christmas special, it hits. It's the one time Jim Davis hits emotion. It's the one time the comedy is pretty good in it. It's the one time it hits family. That is the one that's like, oh, you cooked.
I haven't seen the Christmas special.
Which we may do it one of these Christmases.
At least not in a while. So.
But it's it. But the Halloween special is fun. It's fine. It is kind of the inverse of the Peanuts in that, everyone kind of talks about the Christmas special and things like that of the Peanuts, but we kind of like the Great Pumpkin. And this one, it's like the Halloween one and the Christmas one are kind of more on the same par as Same Space instead of one being talked about more than the other one. Mm-hmm. And so it's a special.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, just because it doesn't have deep meaning or whatever
doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah.
It just means that I think there is more there's meat left on this bone that could have been used to do something a little bit more with this, even if it wasn't necessarily something deeper. There is definitely despite a special that I think is good, I rated it 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it. I do think it also is kind of at times feels a little bit like a missed opportunity in places. Whereas I think something like Raggedy and Ann, there are stuff they could have done more, but with what they had, they did absolutely everything they could have done with it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the final segment of this podcast. What do we take away from this?
Your Halloween special can just be a Halloween special.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't necessarily have to have a deeper meaning to it. It could just be, hey, Halloween's cool.
Actually, I'm just going to hop on Mason's because mine is basically the same thing. You don't need deep meaning to be worthwhile.
Exactly.
Yes.
There's always cool stuff to talk about with, analyzing media and all that stuff. Listen to our MSS Blue episode. But
Listen to our Thunderbirds episode.
Listen to both parts of our
Christ.
Mrs. Blue episode.
yeah, where we get way too deep about Thunderbirds. But like, you don't need that per se. A fun time can just be a fun time.
Absolutely.
There's nothing in the law saying like, oh, you need to have a deeper meaning. Is it appreciated? Sure. But at the end of the day, if it's entertaining, it's entertaining, and I don't think there's anything like super. There's nothing wrong with just being entertainment.
Just talk that. I think if this had been like a full length hour and a half thing, you'd want more substance to it. But but 23-minute special or 25 minutes, I think is what this one technically was.
It's 23, 25.
You don't need it. It's Halloween fun. Oh no, ghosts.
Yeah, it's. I personally put this and Raggedy Ann about the same level, and I think this is funnier. This is far and away funnier.
I think this was.
But I think the Raggedy Ann special had like a bit more heart to it, so that's just why it balances out. So,
I think I've said a bunch how much I like Halloween specials, and I think I'm just going to piggyback kind of off some of it, a lot of it, and I'm going to take it kind of my way on this. Is that I think that taking away from this is Halloween can be done in so many different ways. Not to say that any other holiday can't, but Halloween has that uniqueness that you can tell a monster movie if you want. You can tell a ghost story. You can tell a fun little story about the meaning of Halloween. You can talk about deep, issues while using Halloween as a good backdrop for it of your, religious, political, ideological issues or anything else on any way can be taught and used along it. Halloween is a great vehicle that I don't think has always been utilized for its more. A lot of times gets put into tiny boxes.
Yes.
Instead of being like, no, it is this interesting time where you can use this formula to tell all kinds of stories. Yes. I think it's kind of, it's also the kind of, the thing like, I'll use, for example, like The Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone was a show that, it was kind of more like horror, more of like, playing on what people were, scared of and things like that. In a lot of ways. It not necessarily horror, but it played on people's fears, is kind of the saying. But it was always willing to tell important and interesting stories in those sort of things. It never was like, oh, a Twilight Zone episode is about blank.
Yes.
It was a lot of it. And I think Halloween is very similar to that and can be used in that sort of way.
Yes.
Is that it is not just one certain thing. It can be a whole lot of things. And I think that we've kind of seen the array of specials and started to see like, oh yeah, it could be a lot of different things.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
But what do you guys think? What is your favorite Halloween special? Do you like the Garfield special? Well, let us know. Drop us an email, bleepyouplaying@gmail.com. That's bleepyouplaying@gmail.com. Let us know. We're going to be doing a whole lot more Halloween spooky stuff all across these channels, eventually culminating in our big Halloween stream on Halloween night over on twitch.tv/bleepandplay.
It's going to be that every time.
Exactly. We're really excited. We're really excited for what we're doing, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. So let us know what you think of our Halloween stuff so far. We have more coming, and if you'd like to support us, please support us. We're not begging, but
we're begging.
Please support us. We have our Patreon, patreon.com/whatthebleep. Over on that Patreon, you can see a whole bunch of different stuff. We have a lot of exclusives, as well as all of our stuff comes out slightly earlier before it, anywhere between a week and 2 days earlier, depending on when I upload it. Is sometimes some other things, but it comes out earlier. We also have launched a new thing called our Saturday morning cartoon bleep and block,
which is a ton of fun.
It's a ton of fun, and you said we have several episodes recorded. One is up live right now over on the Patreon. Check them out. We would love to have, all it takes is $3 to be a patron, and our adoring love.
Yeah, sure.
But thank you all for listening. We'll be back with more spookiness next time.
It's like I like candy and I like skeletons